Dumb is getting a girl prepared out there, and she kind of broke into the national spotlight 2 days ago. She claims that she had an affair with Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield.
Jeez.
Just 1 month after he got married.
He got married, what, last year?
I don't know. I don't know all the details. Let's bring her in. As always, you can watch on RMG TV. You can listen along live. There. Casey is her name. Good morning, Casey.
Good morning.
How are you? All
I'm
right.
good.
First things first. So I think people are, this got in the news 2 days ago. You made these claims. And we can get into these claims in detail here in just a moment. But why come forward? Why publicize these claims? That would be my first question.
Well, I'm from like a really small town, so everyone in my town like already knew about it. And so whenever I tweeted it, it was really for them just to see. And I didn't think that it would blow up as like fast and as big as it did.
Then it went all over.
Yeah.
News organizations are picking this thing up. Sports websites are picking this up. And all right. So did friends of yours know that this had happened, according to you? Or was this a secret that you were keeping to yourself?
Most of my close friends knew because I was texting them the whole time, like I was on my way there, and whenever I got back, and then I was like, they were there whenever I was getting Snapchats from him and everything else, so they all knew.
So they all knew. So this was no secret to your friends.
Yeah, and this like happened a few months ago too. So whenever I saw that I got blocked, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I might as well tweet it now.
Okay, so he blocked you. Baker Mayfield blocked you on Twitter. That's when you saw that recently you saw that he blocked you.
Yeah, on Sunday I woke up to my notifications on Twitter saying he followed me. And so like I thought that was weird because usually what he says to me and does is over Snapchat. So I looked, and then it turns out that I was blocked.
All right, and that angered you. That upset you.
It didn't make me mad. I wasn't upset over it. I was just kind of like, that's weird. I haven't talked to him in a few weeks now, and I'm randomly getting blocked.
All right, so now some people would say you're a liar. They don't believe your story. So let's delve into this. Now you say you're from a small town. How old are you, Casey?
I'm 20.
All right, 20 years old. How did you even come in contact with Baker Mayfield, the quarterback of the Browns?
So I went to like their first preseason game in Cleveland, I think, and I wore a shirt that had his like last name taped over the back of the shirt, and I think I like bit a beer like how he did in it, and I like chugged it and threw it on the floor, and then so I sent him that video, and then I sent him a picture of just me from the back with his name on it, and then so I'm going to Blossom the next day. And on Snapchat it says that Baker Mayfield added you as a friend. And obviously I didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way.
Could be a fake Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Rover, here is the picture here, since her head up.
Okay, let me
of
see.
her at the Browns game.
Okay,
the Browns
all right,
preseason.
hold on. Let me see this on RMG TV.
There
it
she
is. All right, there she is.
Yeah, it's sent to Baker Mayfield there.
All right. So she's wearing some shorts. She's wearing a jersey with his name on it.
And his name has the check marks. You know it's him.
All right.
It's verified.
All right. So.
And the blue check marks there, it like shows that he saw it and everything.
All right. So you go to Blossom, which is like a concert area here. All right. And you're at Blossom, and you see that Baker Mayfield wants to follow you on Snapchat.
Yeah, and I obviously didn't believe it because it was like a weird username. Like it wasn't like just Baker Mayfield. It was like Baker Mayfield, and then his like username, which was like Baker like .6 Mayfield or something stupid. So I just kept asking for proof. I was like, show me that it's actually you. I'm like, obviously I'm not gonna believe that someone's like adding me and it's out like gonna be you.
Right.
So he said, well, show me that you're alone. And I couldn't because I was at Blossom. So I said, okay, I will whenever I'm home. And so I get home and I said, okay, I'm home. And he was really sure to be like, okay, you have to send me a video of your whole entire house, like and show me that you're not with anyone. So I did, and so I got the first picture, but no one was around to like take a picture off of their phone. No one was there to like prove it. So whenever I got the opportunity again, I had my roommate hide in like the bathroom so I could take another video. And then he came out and he's like started freaking out. I was like, oh my God, because I opened it and it was actually his face.
Yeah.
So that's whenever I was like, okay, like this is actually him.
This is actually Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm really talking to Baker.
How long ago was it? Now, how long ago was this?
I think I went to Blossom, I think like maybe August.
Okay,
I
so this
think.
all starts roughly around August.
Yeah.
All right. Then what happens?
So he kept texting me saying like, go send me pictures and blah, blah, blah. And
You're sending just dirty sex back
No.
at you. Oh, yes, you are. Don't lie.
No.
She look at that smile on her face. Oh, it's dirty, dude.
Oh, yeah, she's a 20-year-old.
Oh,
They're all
20-year-olds.
doing it.
That's right. Everyone's sexting these days.
Yes.
Sure, it's normal. You put that on your job application these days. You with a double-headed dildo. Okay, so go on.
And so we were texting for a while, and then he was like, okay, come see me. So I got my car and I drove all the way to Westlake, and it was like behind Cheesecake Factory in some weird like development parking lot. And so he texted me when I was on my way there. He's like, you have to leave your phone in the car. And I was like I was kind of sketched out. I was like, if this really isn't him, I have to leave my phone in the car.
Yeah,
like,
they're gonna be raped and murdered.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But so I left it in the car, turned the car off, walked into like his big like SUV, like tinted windows and everything, and I like just opened the door and looked, and I was like, oh, this is really him. And I was like freaking out a little bit, and then went from there.
All right. So you say it went from there. You get into the SUV.
Hmm.
You get in the front, the back. Where are you?
I got in the front,
Yeah.
and so he's like, okay, are we gonna do this or not? And I'm like, I guess.
So it's that quick. He basically is just, we're gonna do this. We're gonna.
Well, he had like some small talk, like, oh, like, how long did it take you to get here? And like, whenever I left, he was like, drive safe. And then after I left, he texted me, he's like, you know, like, you're actually a really cool person. He's like, but you just can't say anything, like, it'll ruin my career. And at that point, I was just like, yeah, like, I'm not the type of person to like say anything or do anything. And then a few months like passed, like, or a few weeks where I haven't talked to him. So I was like, I literally forgot about him, and I get blocked on Twitter. So
All right. So you get in the SUV, and then
Yeah.
what do? I mean, a little small talk. And what does he do? He just whips it out.
No, well, we got in the back seat, and then he did.
Okay. So he whips it out.
Mm-hmm.
You slob the knob.
Mm-hmm.
Did he mount you?
Actual sex or just oral sex?
Oral.
Oral, just oral. Okay.
Did he give too?
No.
No, he just received the oral.
Jeez.
That's
Mhm.
what happens when you're rich and famous.
You could just get to
Jack.
do
Yeah.
that in the back of the
That's right.
in the back of the Cheesecake
you know.
Factory. What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Did he even buy you a piece of cheesecake after?
No, actually.
Nothing. What a guy.
All right. So
Did you guys kiss too, or just go right to that?
Just small talking and right to it. And it was like
right to it.
good.
Wow.
Whenever I left, I was literally like, you know, good doing business with you, like joking
Good
around.
doing business.
Yeah,
with
and
you.
he was like, don't say that. And I was like, I'm just kidding. Like, and then I lost my jewel in his car, and we had to look for that for a few minutes. And then he's like, okay, well, drive safe. I'm like, all right, see ya.
All right. So that was. Is this the one and only time that you had a sexual relation with him, according to you?
Yeah, and there were other times where he would ask me to come, and it's like I live in Rittman, and Westlake's like 45, 50 minutes away from where I am.
Yeah.
So, like, at the point, I was just like, you know, I did my one time, I saw Baker, like, I'm good on that. And, like, one of the times I didn't have gas, and he was like, well, I have cash if you want to come, and I'll give you the cash, and I'll pay for your gas. And I don't know, it was just kind of old to me at that point.
All right. Now, so he's. When did he get married?
July of 2019.
July of 2019. So this would have been about a month after he was married, roughly a month or two after he's married. You knew he was married, right?
Yeah, but like I don't really follow up on, like, I didn't used to. Like, obviously I thought he was attractive. I was going to a Browns game. He was like the big talk of everything. So I knew who he was. Like, at that time I didn't follow him on Instagram or anything, only Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, it does.
So he's so you didn't know he was married at the time?
I did know.
Okay, so you did know. But did you feel bad about doing that?
No,
All
I
right.
didn't, because I know I'm not the only one that has done that with Baker.
How do you know that?
Because his Snapchat, like the Snapchat that he had before I got deleted off of it, there was like at least 50,000. Like his Snap score was 50,000.
I don't even know. I'm 44. I don't know what a snap score is. You'll have to explain that to me.
So whenever you send and receive, or maybe just send, you get a score. So like if I was the first person, his score would have been like 1 or 2.
Okay.
But like there was thousands on there, so I was like, I'm clearly not the only one.
You assume that he's just hooking up with the girls left and right.
Yeah.
All right. Do you feel bad? Is there any remorse, or do you feel bad about coming out publicly about this, either for him or for his wife?
To me, it looks like they don't really care. Like they're just like brushing it off. But I don't feel bad because like so many celebrities and players do this all the time and no one says anything about it. And I know like probably after me, I bet you there's going to be so many other people saying like, hey, I met up with Baker too.
So you after he blocks you on Twitter, you tweet out, I got some tea to spill now. Did me giving you head in your back seat, I don't know, maybe cause some problems? It seems almost like you were trying to be vindictive or get him in trouble on purpose.
I didn't even think that he would see it. Like it was just like, it's like such a big joke between me and my friends back home. Like I tweeted a while ago, like after Baker had like so many interceptions or something stupid, I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm still a fan. That got so many likes like in my town from people that are like, oh yeah, we know you did, like we know. So it was really just for them. Like it's like big where I'm from. Like,
all right. 866 Yo Rover, 866-967-6837. Casey is here. She alleges that I'm going to say alleges an affair, Dieter, because I wasn't quite sure how to word that, but really it's just she says she gave Baker Mayfield a BJ in the back of his car.
Right.
Does that really constitute an affair?
No. I guess was that the only? It was a one-time meetup, and that was it. Did you ever meet him again?
no, but he
Okay.
asked me to.
Are you guys still texting at all?
No, after my tweet blew up, I looked on Snapchat to see if he was still on there, and he wasn't. So
now, is there any photographic or video evidence of this? One of these articles that I read seemed to insinuate that there could be some sort of photos or video, maybe even of the actual sex act. I don't know.
there is an inappropriate picture on my phone, but I don't think I should share that to the public. But
what do you mean an inappropriate picture of what does it depict? If you don't have to show it to me, just explain it to me.
it's a dick pic.
Oh, okay. All right, let
So
me
it's,
rephrase that. It's a D pic. There you go. It's a penis pic.
But his face isn't in the photo.
No, but just like the other videos that I had, it's me or someone else recording me opening the Snapchat, but it says his name, like Baker Mayfield, and then I open it, and then it's his pictures, his face, then that.
Limp, or is he boned up?
I have somebody who's seen the picture.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Describe
her
it to
friend.
us.
He can explain
now,
it.
Could we put, if Baker Mayfield were to put his penis in a lineup, would you, sir, be able to pick it up out of a lineup?
Oh, this guy?
Yes, this guy.
Oh.
Absolutely.
You would.
It has interesting parts to it?
You really
You would.
studied Baker Mayfield's penis.
More than I'd like to admit.
And is he well hung, or
No.
is he? No, really.
Was it limp or was it boned up?
His bent.
Like, you can't really tell.
Bent?
Bent.
What do you mean bent? He's crooked.
It's like,
What? Oh, wow.
Like a pig's tail?
What?
kind of
Wow.
like a pug's tail.
Just a little curve, or you're like how? That's amazing.
It's probably a football injury. Probably got hit there with a
Think
helmet.
so? That is That's something. Now, you saw this. You're the guy that, what, you were hiding in the closet once you got a Snapchat from him. You jump out and you take a photo of it?
Went out front. I went out front.
Yeah.
You're good.
And so she had to go record everything, the whole house. And then after she did that, I came back inside.
All right. And this was supposedly so you could see that the whole place is empty, so he's not going to send a Snapchat of his penis.
Did you send stuff back to him?
Of course she did.
Well, I just want to make sure
Of course,
that unless
she's 20,
he's just.
Charlie.
What if he's unsolicited D pics?
No, I did, and he saved them all in the chat.
Oh, so this is back and forth. Okay.
I don't know if I picked up Jennifer or not. Charlie, this is
the phones just
an
went down.
inopportune time.
This is a bad time for phones to go down.
For my phones
Are you kidding?
to go
Are you
down.
kidding?
But let me see here.
Kidding me?
Jennifer, are you on the line? I don't think she
This is bad.
Oh my freaking God!
Do you want me to reset it?
Hold on. I'm
Don't
gonna
reset.
try-
Rover, could you pick it up from the main piece right behind you?
Hold
from
on.
the phone.
Give me one
Okay.
second here.
In the meantime, can I look at that picture? just me. Just
Can they see it for me?
yeah. We'll see it. Just show it to me over here.
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, these phones.
Get in here, guys. We got to do a
This
play-by-play.
is just too much.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to put this out, but just show it to us.
Are you showing this
Yeah.
back here, Charlie? You're
Okay,
looking
so this
at
is
this?
her opening it, and oh wow, yeah, he's
You
got.
can see that it's his name too, like right there.
Oh my God,
Wow.
it's real artsy. It's black and white, and he does the ball thing where you really cup your
Yeah.
balls to really strain it to just kind of try to gain every quarter inch. But that's what you do in football. You got to gain those yards. So I see why
It's a
he
game
did
of
that.
inches,
Yeah.
Charlie.
So he really did it. It is slightly curved up, like it's saying good morning to you. It's nice.
Kind of.
I had so many calls.
I cannot believe
are ready to go here, and they're all just off the
if that's not
line.
that's not proof. Rover, you check it out.
All right, let me see this. All right, let's
just to
let
see
me,
it.
Let me. See
I
if
have
can
like the other
verify
pictures
this.
of
All right,
his
let's-
face.
Now
let's-
you can see that she's clicking on Baker's name.
Oh, well,
Yes, all
that's a
right.
different one.
Okay, this is a different one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's with his face in it. Okay.
Oh,
I've never seen Dieter run so fast before. Whoa!
Holy mackerel! Oh, wow! All right.
One more time.
Well, that would be. That is somewhat identifiable, Charlie. I would say there is a
I mean, there's a significant bend.
amount of curvature there.
Wow.
Face. He doesn't show his face.
No, in another one though.
in a
Did you see
different
the
one,
other
he
ones there,
does.
Dieter?
Yeah.
Now, many people are saying, why would you out a guy like this? Dumb, they're blaming you for booking her.
Oh.
Well,
Dumb,
my job is to book stuff that's in the news, so you can go after yourself. I really don't care what you think.
but here, where our show is based, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio, and this guy is revered here, even though the season last year was not so hot. Are you worried, Dumb, that you'll get blowback on this? Remember, Dumb was the guy. Let's just go back in sports history.
Oh no.
I don't remember what year it was, but the Indians were playing in the American League Championship Series. They were leading, if I remember correctly, 3-1 over the Boston Red Sox, if I remember. They only needed one more game to go to the World Series for the first time in a gazillion years. The starting pitcher for the Indians in that night's game, I forget the guy's name. He ended up being a big liar. What, didn't he lie about his age, or what? Isn't that the guy that got caught faking like his birth certificate and all that? Whatever that guy's name was, he was on the mound that night. And Dumb came in and he said, "I'm very upset." I said, "Why?" He said, "The guy," and this is back in Dumb's early days of working on the show, goes, "This," and Dumb was Mr. Marriage at the time. This is before Dumb cheated on his wife with a prostitute in Nevada.
Oh.
Dumb said, "I'm very upset. This guy who's a pitcher for the Indians is screwing one of my wife's friends. And he's keeping it on the down low, and he's not fessing up to it, and he won't tell anyone. And she's directed to keep it secret, and this guy's treating her like garbage." Do you remember this, Dieter?
I do.
That pitcher, whatever his name was listening that morning. Starts blowing up that girl's phone. "What the hell are you doing? Why is this guy on the radio telling our whole story? Blah blah blah." That guy goes out and lasts, I think, an inning and a half in the game that night.
Oh, yank
just,
him.
just an absolute disaster of a performance. Needless to say, the Indians lose that game, and then they continue to lose. They actually lose all the rest of the games to the Red Sox, who go to the World Series. People to this day still blame Dumb for that disaster of a season.
I had to be escorted by security underneath the building when we exited in a secret security exit tunnel.
Death
from the
threats
building.
this guy was getting. Death threats, Dieter. And you're not worried that Booking Casey will do a similar thing for you where people will be giving you death threats?
I certainly hope not. I'm just doing my job here. My job is to book people that are in the news and things that are relevant to what's going on. So
If Dumb didn't do it, somebody else was going to do it.
exactly, I agree. So our job is to do that. My job is to do that. If people don't like it, that's their own problem.
Flatitude, I can see that. 866-YO-ROVER. Casey, tell me what the reaction has been after you tweet out these stories. I think you even did you tweet out screen grabs of some of your Snapchats or something with him? Or
Yeah, but I was getting like so many death threats, and like people were saying like, oh, I know where she lives, and like someone's like, yeah, she's from Richmond and blah blah blah, and like let's show up to her house, and like just calling me so many names, and I didn't think that it'd blow up, and so I wasn't prepared to be like getting my phone blown up and all of the notifications and all the name calling and threats and everything. So after I think like 3 or 4 hours, I deleted it because I was like, all right, this isn't worth it. And then the next day I get on and I have like thousands and thousands of followers on like all my social media, and they're just calling me a liar. So then I just tweeted something again. I'm like, I'm not going to get death threats and be called a liar whenever I'm telling the truth.
mm-hmm.
And if I would have had my phone in the car, if like I was allowed to, maybe I would have had better like proof and evidence, but it wasn't possible.
Has anyone from any friends or anyone in Baker Mayfield's circle reached out to you to try to get you to shut up?
I put all of my stuff on private, so if they did, then I definitely wouldn't have seen it.
All right. My phone's crapped out here in the middle. We've been having ongoing phone problems here at the
For a
radio
long time.
station. I mean, what an inopportune moment for the phones to cut out. All right, what do I have here? Because I don't see any actual names or anything on the. What do I have here?
So I haven't gotten to these first few lines,
Okay.
1 through 4, but
Okay.
on line 12, there was a gentleman that called in earlier before Casey came in and said that he's been hooking up with a girl who had a similar relationship with Baker. She is on line 12.
That girl is on line 12?
That girl is on line 12.
All right. Give me a second. I don't think I can pick up a line 12.
Oh, come on.
Honest to God.
Hey, you picked up. It's picked up over here.
Oh, is it picked up? Good morning. How are you? Hello.
Is your phone or your phone's on?
Oh, no, they're
My
not.
phone's on.
There we go.
There
Okay.
you go.
All right. Anonymous, go ahead. A guy called in. He said that you have a similar story to tell.
Yeah, so mine was December 2018, though. So mine was before he was married and he was still engaged.
All right. What happened?
So it was basically the same thing. Like, I just got out of a relationship and I was just like, okay, screw it. I saw his Woke Up Feeling Dangerous interview and I was just like, okay, like, he's kind of attractive. Like, let me just DM him on Twitter. So I DM'd him on like shooting my shot. Then I was like, oh, he's engaged. I was like, never mind. Hit me up when you have a fiance. So then I go to work and I was working night shift at this time. So then I end up getting added on Snapchat by Baker Mayfield. I'm just like, okay, like what's going on? So I'm having a conversation with him. I'm just like, okay, so who actually
Did you believe it was him?
It's picked up over here. So just take that.
She got a
Listen-
radio.
Yeah,
Oh, she has the
listen to
radio
us.
on. Yeah. Listen to me, not the radio. Go ahead.
Oh, it hung up. Oh no.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Yes.
Who the hell's this?
I don't know.
My name is Anthony.
Oh my God.
It just
All right,
switched
hold
lines.
on.
I don't know
Oh,
what
my
happened
God.
there.
My phones are going berserk. Get that girl back.
Yeah,
on
I'll get
line
her back.
12. All right, get her back.
Jesus Christ, we need to get these phones fixed.
I know.
Forget that
It's
guy.
an absolute disaster in here, isn't it? Forget the guy, Anthony. What does he have to add? Unless he was giving a BJ to Baker Mayfield. That's a story.
Now that's some news.
That's some news right there. Dave, you're on Rover's Morning Glory. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, what's going on, Rover?
Hey, man.
I'm just wondering. I'm going out to buy a cheesecake. I'm wondering if this chick might want to swing by.
All right, yeah. Would you like to meet this guy outside the Cheesecake Factory?
I think I'm good on that for now.
All right.
How far can he throw a football?
Okay. All right. Let me get back to this girl. Okay. I'm sorry. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So you start going back and forth on Snapchat. Then what happens?
It hung up on her.
You know what? I know what's going on. The way that I had to repatch it to get it to work, it's not working right. So when I go to pick up another person to talk to them while you're talking to her,
Yeah,
it grabs the
hanging up
call.
on her.
Oh,
Let me
all
get
right.
her
So you
one more
keep
time,
hanging up on her,
and then I'm not
Okay.
going to touch
That's because
anything.
the phone.
All right.
Yeah, don't answer any more phones.
He's
All
on
right.
the wrong DD. He's on.
But
But that's not his fault. There's something wrong that they need to fix with these DDs and these links. It's so stupid and annoying
Oh my God.
that we can't do a radio program right now.
Amateur hour in here, isn't
Yes, and it's only been what 3 months.
it? Casey, before I get back to this girl, what do your what is your family, your parents? They must be like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm actually hoping that they don't listen to this. Like, my mom knows, and both of my sisters know. My aunt knows, and that's it. Like, extended family has no idea.
And what does your mother say about all of this?
I mean, I'm 20 years old, so it's not like new. Like, oh my gosh, you're doing this. Like, like I'm 20. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm allowed to do whatever I want, and she just thinks that it's crazy that like that happened because she was there whenever I was getting ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So she already knew like what I was gonna go and do.
And you told her. You said, "I'm going to go meet Baker Mayfield." You told that to your mother?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Now, I'm sorry, Anonymous. We've hung up on you like 20 times. All right. So you're
fine.
you're Snapchatting, and then what happens?
So I get a Snapchat. It says Baker Mayfield, just having a regular conversation. And I'm like, okay, so who actually are you? Like, what's your actual name? And he was like, you DM'd me on Twitter, like, WTF? I was like, oh, crap. Like, no way. I was like, you have to prove it too. Like, send me a picture. And he was just like, okay, prove no one's around. And I was working overnight at this place, and nobody was there. So I Snapchatted him the place. I was like, no one's here. Then he ended up Snapchatting me, and it was a picture of his face. So I was like, holy crap, it actually is Baker. And this was like September of 2018. So this was like months before I ended up like hanging out with him.
Mm-hmm.
But then like he progressively tried to get me to come out. Like when like before he'd go to games, he's like, I'll come out here like before I go to this game, blah, blah, blah. But I was like always too chicken. I was like, I'm going to get kidnapped. Like, I'm going to be catfished and kidnapped. Like, so I delayed it until like the end of December. And then one day I ended up going out to Westlake, Crocker Park, I think the same as the other girl.
Cheesecake?
Wait a second. Did he meet you behind the Cheesecake Factory as well?
No, it was like, I think the first parking lot. I don't know. I don't go out to Crocker Park like ever. I'm like not really from around there.
Okay. All right. Go on.
So it was like first parking lot or whatever, and like this Range Rover pulls up, and I'm just like, okay, like that's him. But I had my phone. Like, he didn't tell me to leave it in the car or whatever. So then I get in the car, and I got in the car, and I was just like, I straight up thought you were a catfish. And then we had a conversation, blah, blah, blah. And then same as the other girl, it moved to the back seat, got down to like business, didn't sleep with him, like gave him head, and then ended up having a conversation. And that was it. And then before I got out, he was just like, did I check your phone to see if like you took any pictures or anything? I was like, no, but like you can look. So yeah.
Wow. What's fascinating to me about that is what was the conversation after you gave the BJ? Like,
And was your mouth full?
Yeah, like what do you talk about after that? So tell me, where are you from? I mean, what's the conversation like?
I honestly, like, I don't know. He was not that memorable in my opinion, so I really don't remember all that after. Like, I was like hyped at the fact. I was like, oh my god, like it's an NFL quarterback. Like, holy crap. Like, you know, I was so hyped. I ended up going out and getting drinks with my friend after. I was like, dude, let's get drunk. Like, this
To
is
celebrate.
So
Yeah, you're celebrating.
Yeah.
You have the sperm of an NFL quarterback in your stomach.
Yeah.
I was like, might as well. I was single. I was like, you know what? Might as well. Screw it. It happens. Well, it doesn't happen, but it happens. So, yeah. And then I know he ended up messaging me, like, on the way back. He was like, it was worth the wait. I was like, okay, I'll, like, 2 minutes. Like, I don't know.
That's what he said to me too.
Wait,
That's what he said to me too.
he said it was worth the wait?
He's like, that was worth the wait.
Wow. This is something else. I mean, in
What
a
a
way,
dog.
you know, I'm very conflicted about this because I hate to, you know, you have a certain bro code, right? I feel like I'm breaking bro code
Especially here in
I
town,
was
right?
never going to say anything personally, and I saw her say something on Twitter, and I commented for a second, but then I was like, nah, like, let me delete this.
All right. Anonymous has the same exact story.
Does she have D-pics, too?
Do you have any pictures, any D-pics that were sent to you or anything?
I don't have any, like, saved. Like, I didn't take any pictures of, like, any pictures he sent me. I wasn't on it like that. I was just like, okay. But, yeah, I did get some D pictures and
Now,
videos.
the photo that Casey showed me,
yeah.
there was some curvature. Was there any curvature when you were playing the trombone?
Not, like, curved, slightly curved. Like, I just know he wasn't big. Like, I was like, people asked me that after the fact. I was like, no, like, if anything, you're probably bigger. Like, I don't.
Any guy off the street. I want to know, in the pictures that he would send, were they black and white? I just wondering if he's reusing the same D pics.
I didn't get I didn't get black and white ones. All the ones I got, like, they were videos or color. I know most of the videos I got, it was when he was, like, at away things. Or, like, I don't know.
Oh, just cranking.
I do have some advice here, though. I mean, he was playing better when he was getting his BJs from all these different girls.
And then once he stopped,
I noticed. That's what my family blamed me. They're just like, you stop hitting up Baker and
Yes.
Did your family beg you to get back on your knees in order to have a winning season?
They would give me crap. They didn't beg me for it. I was just like, nah, I did that one.
And how old are you, if I may ask?
I'm 22 now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Anonymous.
There's also a third girl.
What?
I told you guys.
There's a third girl, but she's not willing to come on.
Yeah, so this is someone that I know.
You know personally, Flatitude?
And she had told me this story. I didn't even believe her. I completely wrote it off until like it really started coming out. Story checks out completely the same and says that the same thing. They didn't go through with it, but that he tried to get with 6 of her friends.
6?
And that he hit her up the day he got back from his honeymoon with his wife.
Did they meet at Crocker Park? Was it the same kind of story?
Same story. Back behind Cheesecake Factory, Range Rover.
Gotta move.
Wow. All right. Dieter, how do you feel
I don't
about
know.
this?
I'm still not buying it.
You don't buy it? You just saw the picture.
Yeah, but you could edit stuff and.
I buy it. I don't know whether it's.
What are all these girls gaining out of this, Dieter?
You know, look,
She's on the radio.
Here's the conundrum that what I'm thinking. The problem that I have, all he did is he's adultery. Okay.
Well, the one girl, he wasn't even married yet.
True, but he was engaged.
Okay.
But you know, he's not Harvey Weinstein. He didn't try to force you to do anything, correct, Casey?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He didn't mistreat you in any sort of way?
No.
Okay. So is it that horrible? I mean, yes, it's bad. It's bad. You're cheating, but I mean, Dieter, how many guys have cheated? And they're not getting put on. They're not getting put on blast.
Right.
Like this.
Athletes, they all do this. If he did do it.
Mm-hmm.
NBA players, NFL, they all do it.
866 Yo Rover. I've got to take a break. Casey, is there anything else you want to add to this story before I let you go? Where do you go from here? What
if he's listening right now? Would you say anything to him?
No.
What if his wife is listening right now?
I mean, I think that he already ruined his career anyway because he sucks at football now. So
Oh my God!
I guess like, oh well.
Wow.
Oh well.
All right. That's Casey, who says that she slobbed the knob in the back seat of his SUV out behind Cheesecake Factory. Thank you, Casey. 866 Yo Rover. We'll be right back on Rover's Morning Glory. Hang on.
Rover's Morning Glory.